Trey Show 9, everybody. This is the place to be. This is a video blog. This is a podcast, but I'm doing it with a feel of a video blog in terms of I just want to kind of speak candid. This is the process. This is the process. And today we start with the wake-up call. Now, I can tell you right now, I missed my wake-up call by 30 minutes. Saturdays and Sundays, my wake-up call is at 9, just because I stay up late on Friday night. Friday night could be a going out night. It could be time with my family. And so I usually stay up later. And so the wake-up call is different on Saturdays. But you got to understand, the moment I get up, it's busy. It's I hit the ground running no matter what. No matter if I'm late, I still hit the ground running. And that's the beginning of the process. The process for me begins it begins with wake up, if you will, right? So it is extremely hot. I'm in the hottest room. I got to learn how to podcast in a different room. Our bedroom has the heat that is, the sun stays on this bedroom for a long time. Excuse me. I should probably go get some water. Maybe I'll take a break and go get some water. We'll see how this goes. If I sweat profusely, it's all good. This is the process. The second part of my process is, how do I call it? It's basically showing you who I am, just as is. Okay. As is. And this is the reason why. I'm going to tell you the reason why. The reason is because what you see, right? Let's say, pick your niece, your sister, your mom, your wife, your girlfriend, whoever the case may be. Pick your friends, pick somebody. I don't give a fuck. You pick that person, and that person is most likely just looking at and viewing things that are popular. We've been conditioned to only trust. Oh man, forgot to plug this shit in. Let's go here like this. What a dork. Got to plug in the mic. We've been conditioned to only view and trust people that we don't know, but are in the limelight or in the popular light, right? So your presidents, your superstars, your movie stars, your actors, all your singers, your celebrities, right? All that stuff. And I know men and women especially will deny this. But this is just what it is. Listen to what people say. Listen to how people talk. All right. Did you know what Jada Pinkett Smith said? Hell no. I wouldn't listen to that bitch if she was trying to save my life. I would just drown if she was trying to save my life in the ocean. Straight up. Straight up. I've seen enough. I have seen enough. All I need to see is just what Will Smith is going through, and I'm like, nah, I'm good, baby doll. I'm good. So the process is waking up. The process is being who I am authentically. The reason being, the second reason is because most people are not authentic. It's very hard. It's extremely hard to find someone that is on your level, that is wanting to discuss ethics and morals and theories and reality, and advancements to yourself and to others, service. It's very hard. Most people we're always talking, and I fall on this too. We're talking about money all the time and how to get money all the time. But the process of me being authentic and being candid and or just being raw, like there's no special lights. You know what I'm saying? I'm just using a Shure mic that I've always been using since high school. You know what I'm saying? It's the same mic. I love this mic. It's durable. It works. It sounds great. It is what it is. If you don't like it, I love it. So that doesn't even matter. And you, on this process, you have to have, I think, so with all, even with these two things, with the wake up call and then the authenticity, the authenticness of yourself, you have to have a great and an amazing character. You have to build character. So many people don't have good character. I mean, everyone is a character and everyone has a character, but not everybody is a good character. It's very, the character that I model myself after, and I have been the whole time, my whole life. I didn't even know what it was called when I was growing up, but it's basically, it's this combination of like spiritual. It's a spiritual walk. Like, I hold spirituality to the highest level. We'll just say that. There's stoicism that is extremely involved in how my character is, based upon just when I was born, my name, the gift that I was given to when I was put on this earth, and all that stuff. It's an all-encompassing process, and my character, and how I choose to it. A lot of it is comes with the family that I was raised in, and a little bit of my culture, just a little bit. Because, when I think back, even just talking about culture, I have a very unorthodox way of living. I have a very unorthodox way of living when it comes to being African American or Black. I'm not even African American. I wouldn't say that. I think that's a term that probably Jesse Jackson came up with, some bullshit like that, and they voted it, and then they like, that's what we're gonna call these niggers now. It's like, okay, cool. Like, I get to choose my name, right? I get to choose my character. Now, the name that I was given, obviously, at birth, and it's on my birth certificate, that is what it is, right? But I was able to choose, and my character, my opinions, right? How I react to certain things. And, growing up, I was always afraid, honestly, and shy about being positive, because being positive was like, you're fake. You're not really like this all the time. You're not really positive, and it seems fake. Look at that smile. Do you really smile like that all the time? No, I don't, actually. I don't. I get angry. I get mad. I get sad. I just know how to react to certain things and be congruent in everything that I do, and all that I do. I'm very congruent. Right now, I'm not even, I wouldn't say I'm happy, but I'm also frustrated, right? For various reasons that I can't control, right? So, being that I can't control them, being that I cannot control these things, like the heat, like it is just extremely hot. Actually, I live on an island, and so it's just always hot. And I think my body is getting used to the heat and whatnot. And when I get passionate about something, I get really amped up and whatnot. So that is what it is. The process, and this is what it's about. I was late this morning, but you know what I did? I didn't beat myself up for being late. I said, why was I late to the wake up call? And you know what? Actually, no. I do kind of reprimand myself. No, I do, and I should, because it's like, hey, bro, you made a commitment to yourself. You made a commitment to yourself, and you need to honor that commitment. You need to honor that commitment to yourself, because who is going to do that for you? And if you want to lead, you should be able to stick to what you've said to yourself. To yourself, you should be able to stick to that, right? And I'm gonna tell you right now that that's not very easy. It's not an easy thing, but it's very possible. It's extremely possible. Okay, so number one, wake up time. Very crucial wake up time. Wake up time, wake up time, wake up time on the process. Okay, you meet that wake up time. Now, the wake up time is packed with things that I do in order to have a successful day, because I only have that moment. I actually only have that present time moment. I don't have tomorrow. I don't have yesterday. I don't have yesterday no more. So I have a whole different view on yesterday is gone. It's today. I only have this moment right here. I wake up, and one of the things that I want to do and need to do actually is take my body and take my vessel, take this temple that you see, and build it, construct it. Instead of me looking on Instagram, instead of me talking about this and talking about that, I need to physically actually create the body that I want, right? Why? Because I want to look good. Why? Because it makes me feel better. Why? Because I have arthritis. That's why. I've had arthritis for years. As I just had it. I don't know when. As a kid, I got it or something like that. But I had an injury at one point in time, and they did an X-ray on my back, and they said, "Well, your back is not broken, but we do have some bad news. You have arthritis in your back, and probably it will spread all over your body, and it could be a problem, right?" She's all, the way to combat this is you need to work out some degree at anything for 30 minutes every day for the rest of your life. You can't stop. If you stop, your body will become decrepit. I was like, she didn't say those exact words, but that's basically what she said. You have to continue this, and you must not stop. So with that being said, I was like, well, let's do that. And one of the best things that I have found is not necessarily, obviously lifting weights and doing sports and stuff like that. I did, and I do. I don't do sports anymore, but lifting weights and taking some sort of I got into boxing and MMA fighting for a very, 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 very short time, and noticed that just wasn't my cup of tea. It didn't make me happy. It didn't make me happy. I think I was fooling myself. Now, here's the thing about that. Here's the thing that I have to realize, and I know about myself, is that I need to be physical, though. I need a physical activity outside of, working out, lifting weights, push-ups, and whatever else I do, pull-ups and all that other stuff. I need some sort of physical activity. And so I need to find that thing that can work for me, outside of working out, or even part of it, part of that workout, and put those things together. So right now, what I'm doing right now at 45 years old is I'm building a certain exercise regime that's going to fit my body, that's going to fit what I want and where I want it to be by December on my birthday and before the 2023 year comes in. Has a certain how I want to live and how I want my body to be, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to fulfill that. One of those things was during the wake up time. I need to do 20 push-ups. That's it. It is. I mean, I can do 100 a day or whatever, this and that. I don't do 100 a day. I do about 30 or 45 push-ups in a day. And I'm going to up that ante very soon. So when I get up, for me, it is wake up time, push-ups, coffee, reading. It's actually push-ups and reading with a little bit of Instagram in there. Check my messages, see if I even have any messages. If I do, answer those messages. Check text messages, stuff like that. Only because of the nature of what I do, right? So the nature of what I do, I want to make sure that I have, lines of communication open and I can check messages, because where I work is 24 hours. And so I'm not physically at work for 24 hours, but I'm responsible for the work that gets done and for the people that do it. So I wake up, and that's part of the process. That is the process. And that right there alone is everything. It's everything. Everything that I ever want to do is in that. If I say like, I want to make $1 million, that's literally my wake up time is where that starts. And I know you guys, myself included, we see literally 90% of the internet and what's on social media is your wake up time is important. Your wake up time, you want to be successful, you will read all these things all day long. But it's like at some point in time, I was like, you know what? I'm sick of this. I am so sick of this and tired of this. And all I want to do is actually do this thing. I just want to live this thing. I just want to live my life. You dig? I just want to live my life. I don't want to have to vicariously live through other people or be a cuckold for somebody else's life. You know what I'm saying? What the hell is that all about? That's ridiculous. Okay. So what can I control? Right? I can't control much, but I can control when I get up. I can't control the next thing I do is check messages, make sure everybody's okay. I take pride in being responsible for people. I take pride in that. I really do. It's annoying, but I like it. I take pride in that. I take it seriously. Push-ups, right? Get my body going. Now, I might do a little bit of yoga, some stretching before I do the push-up, or I might do push-ups first. Either way, those things get done. Reading gets done. I must read. Okay. As a Stoic, and building my own philosophy, I take from these great people and reading the Bible as well. I take from these great people and these amazing stories and these truths, and I take them and then I apply them to my life every single day. I can't go without a day. I cannot go without a day without doing this, because I consider myself, a spiritual being. I consider myself a Stoic. I consider myself a monk in that regard. In that regard of a monk where I don't necessarily need a lot. I don't need a lot. And I am really okay being by myself. The pandemic hit and everybody freaked out. I was like, this is the best thing that ever happened to me. This is the best thing. Dude, I wanted to get, I'm like, I just want no disease, no virus, but can we do that lockdown again? And so here's the thing. On the topic of lockdown, I'm glad you brought that up. When there's a wake-up call that I have to hit that wake-up call, whether it's 5 or 6 or on the weekends, 9 or 7, right? Whatever it may be, I have to hit the wake-up call. That is the goal. I have to get up, and if I get up and I don't want to do anything, I don't want to do push-ups, it doesn't matter. I still have to do minimum. I have to do 20 push-ups. Minimum. I have to do 10 squats. Minimum. That is a non-negotiable thing. We don't discuss it. We don't make treaties or make decisions or even we don't talk to terrorists. We don't talk to the things that try to stop us from doing what we're supposed to be doing. We don't talk to those people, and we don't make deals with them. We just don't do it. It's not something that we do. It's a non-negotiable. I could be, okay, so for example, I had a mouth surgery about 5-6 weeks ago, something like that. And the doctor said there was a nerve that was involved, that it messed up. So I'll forever be dealing with this forever for the rest of my life. Right. And it's so much better. Like the worst thing he said, you'll never be able to talk and use your jaw. That's the worst thing that could ever happen. Right. Obviously that's not the case right now. And after the surgery, I was that day I was down. I was just in bed the whole time. I had like 3 teeth pulled, a cyst pulled, all the same time, all in the same surgery. And it was crazy. Surprisingly, it didn't actually hurt afterwards. Like the few days after, it didn't really hurt that much. I babied it. Obviously, I can't eat. I only can eat soft foods for like 6 months, or I don't even know. All I know is he said 6 months. I heard 6 months eating soft foods, right? No hard foods. So no chips whatsoever. Nothing. No crackers. No chips. No Cheez-Its. No nuts. Even though I've been eating nuts, it did hurt actually. When I did it, had some nuts, had some peanuts, and I had some Cheez-Its the other week, and that threw me back into pain because I couldn't help it. I was like, I want Cheez-Its. I tried to eat it with these teeth here. It's crazy. Anyway, The point is that here I am in pain, and 4th of July came around, and I was still, under the weather. And I said, okay, I went outside, I was hanging outside 4th of July out in our carport. And I said, let me do 10 push-ups. I want to do 10 push-ups. Man, I hit those push-ups. And after I hit those push-ups, pain all in my mouth. It hurt so bad. It was painful. And I said, okay, cool. So I did was I was a little, I'm not going to lie, I was a little like, shoot, I can't work out. Like, how long is this going to be? Because my head was just pulsating. And I said, okay, I'll do squats. So that's when the whole 10 squats. So I started doing squats. And then eventually I can do push-ups now, and it doesn't bother me. But that's the level of commitment I have to be in, right? I have to be in that level of commitment. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I see results. It doesn't matter if I don't see results. The point is that I get up in the morning at the desired time, at the stated time, which I said, whether it's 5, 6, or 7, whatever the case may be, I still have to do that. I have to get up and do this. And this is the process. This is the process that I follow. No matter what. No matter what. No matter what. This thing gets tricky, right? So, lockdown. I'll start. I stepped on something around here. You step on something. It could be a gecko, a cockroach, a centipede. I've done that before. Stepped on a gecko. I was like, dang it. Oh, it was crazy. I'm like, you're my buddy, man. You eat all the bugs and stuff. I don't want you to die. This is my buddy, man. It's like, shoots. Lockdowns. I love lockdown so much during the pandemic that I'm going to be implementing the lockdown on myself. What does that mean? It means wherever I'm at, whatever day outside of work, wherever I'm at, if I'm doing something that, so for example, if I'm out on Friday night or Thursday night or Wednesday night, if I'm at a restaurant and my lockdown time, let's say, is 10 o'clock and it's 9:30 where I'm at. I got to go, oh shoot, it's going to take me 45 minutes to get home. I'm already late. I got to leave. Drop everything in mid conversation. If I am in mid, and this is where we're going with this. This is the new process. This is part of the process, and it's not easy. I'm going to tell you, it's actually damn near impossible. But that's what I'm saying here is that we take what the world is doing, everything that the world does, everything that you see on social media that is popular, we do the complete opposite. Shout out to IMC Nation right now. Shout out to AZD. Shout out to Yogi Chris and all of that's the IMC captain. Shout out to everybody in IMC Nation. Big up to them because honestly, not even honestly, I don't even like to say that. If it wasn't for that group of people, I just wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't be doing this like this. I wouldn't be so militant. And I believe that every man should be militant. And on Trey Show 9, this is what we teach. This is what we teach as men to be militant because men are walking around with no discipline and it's crazy. That's why you have all of these crazy ass things that are going on because men don't have discipline. They don't have they don't have a process. They don't have discipline. They don't have ethics. They don't have good character. There's a lot of people, most of the people, I've met very few people that had a ton of money that had very good character. Most of them don't have good character. They just don't. They don't have good character. Yeah, they may be happy and have tons of money, can do whatever they want. Their character is just shitty. It's really bad. Process. Lockdown, wherever I'm at, if I say be home at 11, I need to be standing in my house at 11 o'clock. In my house at 11. I could be in my room, probably in my living room. I have to be home. I could do whatever I want. I use that time. Now, I just started the other night, started stretching again. So I started doing a yoga regiment at the end of the night just because I did it once and then I woke up and felt really good. I was like, oh shoot, that's interesting. All right, let's add that to it. So I started doing that. Lockdown time. Lockdown for me means that I'm going to prepare myself for sleep. I'm going to prepare myself for the night. Prepare myself by drinking tons of water, ice water at that. Ice, dude, come on, man. Somebody help me on this one. You know you love ice water. It's its own process. I love putting the ice in the thing and then filling up with water. I love that shit. Oh, it's amazing. God. And then taking my first sip. Ooh, yeah. I love it. I used to watch my aunts and uncles have ice water, and I just love the sound of it in the glass also. Anyway, lockdown. What does it mean to me? It's a time to rejuvenate. It's a time to release. It's a time to melt. It's a time to soften, right? It's a time to, you'd be amazed, right? When you feel your body, how tense you are all the time, how rigid your body is and tense it is, right? Not a good thing. You don't want that. You don't want to be this way. You want to be loose, and I want to go to bed loose. You dig? I want to go to bed loose, because I want to prepare, and then I want to prepare for romantic things and whatnot, and so I want to prepare for those things as well. So you have your wake up time and you have your lockdown time, and everything in between. I get to say, okay, this is what I'm going to do for today. So my morning time, wake up time, when I do all that, I read this and that, and then I drive to work. The drive is where I get to bounce ideas about the day and what I want to do that evening. So the day looks like, when I get to work, this is how, even within the 8 hours I have with work, I do my own schedule. I make my own schedule. I also make everybody else's schedule as well, but I do my schedule, and it has been, so I eat 2 eggs with salt and pepper. Sometimes no salt and pepper. Sometimes it's no salt and pepper. Eat 2 eggs, and I have my water always is always on me unless I forget it somewhere, but it's always on me. And I do 10 more push-ups when I get to work. So now I've done 30 push-ups. By the time I'm at work and it's 10 o'clock, I've done 30 push-ups at that particular time. Go to the bathroom somewhere in that time, and then I journal, right? I might even check my email first. So I check my email, check email, respond to stuff, this, and that, and I'll get caught up. But I go, hey, time to cut that off for an hour, and then I journal, okay, for personal time. And I might even read again. I might even read and do that. At some point in time in that journaling, right after that, or even maybe before, I will do. I love Twitter. It's just, I think with podcasts and what I've been doing, Twitter has just been something truly, truly amazing that I have done, and I don't know. I just like it. Oh, it's super duper hot. Excuse me. I use Buffer, and I put all that stuff in there, and then it schedules it, and then it throws it out automatically. I don't have to think about it anymore. I just have to think about it just in that time. It could be at nighttime too, depending on how I'm reading and what I want to do with my reading and how I want to word things and how I'm feeling and whatnot, and what messages I want to give out to the world. Will depend on how I do that. So yeah, so that's that. I'm going to work out. I'm going to do 10 more push-ups before lunch, 12:30, and then I'm going to eat my lunch. Usually what I eat, I'm usually eating a salad with some beef, salad with chicken. I'm usually eating, let's say, chicken quesadilla. They're small. They're not that big. I don't know. They're about this big, just one. And I cut it up. It's like four, 5 pieces, like a pie. Tons of water, and then at some point in the day, I like to go outside and get some sun. Go outside, get some sun, and then I always like to meet somebody or talk to somebody. I push myself there. I work on the beach. It's in the beach area. And so I'm able to talk to people that I don't know. There's a lot of tourists. There's a lot. I don't know anybody actually, so it's really great. And so I kind of engage in that conversation. There's a pool where I work, so I try to interact with guests and whatnot. And then there's glasses that are sold, and I have a friend there that works and sells glasses there. And at some point in time, I don't sell the glasses. I don't make a commission off the glasses, but I want to share the glass because I actually really like them at gyms. I want to share with somebody why I like these glasses and to help him get in a sale or something like that. Or somebody will come up to me and they like my glasses, and then we'll talk about that. And so that's good. And then I know that on my drive home, it's just relax. I might stop off at the beach. I might stop by the beach on the way and just pull over real quick. And I might even record a podcast, so it might be a 30-minute sit down if I'm recording a podcast, or I might do my notes and I might do my tweets at that particular time as well. So if I have to get home for something like that, so if I'm Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm swimming at night. So I'm not doing the beach thing. I'm going from work to home. Thursdays, I might stop over. That's when I would stop, is on a Thursday, and then go ahead and go home. But I haven't been doing that actually in the last couple weeks. I've just been going straight home and swimming or doing game night. Thursday night is game night at our house, so we're doing game night and whatnot with the family. I am a huge family guy. I think the world system as a whole doesn't really see that as a highest value. I do. That is the highest value. My greatest success is being a father. Period. Second is a husband. First father, second husband, which is weird because I believe that because I have children, my first priority is my wife. I need to make sure that the women in my life I want them to be set. I don't want them to be spiritually, emotionally empty. Because without a woman, I can't have these children. You see what I'm saying? So I hold that in the highest regard. But being a husband and a husband and a father is the two. I don't know if there's number one, number two, but those two together are the greatest successes that I have going for me. Even though I make some mistakes all the time, make a lot of mistakes in both areas, tons of mistakes, but I have dedicated my life to building relationships and understanding relationships, and working on relationships and building my character, building my process. The character is part of the process. It's a huge part of the process. It's massive. Ethics, character, morals, right? These things are huge, very big, because the world is going to hell in a handbasket. I want to make sure that I'm not doing anything that they do. Even in the church, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous in the church. And I don't want to be anything like the people inside church. I don't want to, when I say I'm spiritual and I believe in these and I believe in God, don't even associate with me with any of those people, because those people are garbage and trash. Right. I got a direct line. That's just what it is. That's just how I was born. It doesn't matter where I go. It doesn't matter. I can go to India. And I can go to India, and Sikhs in India, Hindus, devil worshippers, They see me and they flip out. I don't know what it is. I mean, I didn't at the time, but I do now. I know what it is, but it's wild. They either love me or straight up hate me. There is no in between. They hate me or they love me. They're just like sitting at my feet, wanting to listen and wanting to hear. It's the weirdest thing. And I could tell you why. India is they're seeking. They're always seeking enlightenment. They're always seeking, and they don't have, unlike other Asians, they don't have like this like pride, a certain pride. They do. They do. God, they really do actually. But I don't know. Maybe the village I was in, the couple of villages I was around, and my time there, I spent 12, 13, 14 days in India. Amazing. I can go to Los Angeles. I can go to Los Angeles and walk into a church, walk into a spiritual gathering, and the pastor always sees me. Always, a pastor, priest, whatever you call it, those people, they see me. They see me and they want to talk to me. It happens 100% of the time. You know what I'm saying? Again, they either hate me or love me. They see me though, but they hate me or love me. And this is the gift that I have. I carry myself and walk around in a certain way. Everything that I do is intentional. Everything that I do has a purpose. Everything, the way I talk, the way I look, the way I twirl this pencil, there's a reason for all of it. The reason why I twirl this pencil is because I probably, like the world calls it, I don't know, I guess HD live. I don't know what the fuck, 4K, some shit like that. But I do that because it keeps me focused. That's it. It keeps me focused. It helps me think because it keeps me focused, keeps me on track. The process, the other part. So that's the process wrapped up is basically a schedule. It's basically a schedule. And that's what that is. It is a schedule that cannot be broken. Cannot. Because the world is very inconsistent and you want to be consistent. I told you the story in the last podcast of a man, the story of the kid who wanted to play professional baseball. The kid makes it. Okay. Long story short, he makes it. Right. And I asked him, how you feel? How do you feel about this? How do you think, are they going to pick you? They'll totally pick you. You're good. This, and that, and yada, yada, yada. He's like, it doesn't matter if I'm good. It doesn't matter if I'm great. They want one thing. And that thing is consistency. Every time I step up to the bat, this is what he's saying. These are not my words. Every time I step up to the bat, they expect me to do the exact same thing I did before. So he's known for being a switch hitter, left, right, and he's known for hitting, home runs and pulling that ball, dropping it right in the right place over the shortstop or over third base, first base, whatever, second base. He's good at that, or just straight home run. And they want him to do that every single time he gets up. That is their expectation. Barry Bonds needs to hit a home run every time. He was telling me this, and I'm just listening going, that doesn't sound like that can happen. He goes, well, if I want to play professional ball, this is what has to happen. So I don't have a choice. And I have to I don't have a choice, right? The one thing about push-ups and working out and yoga, and that's another thing we'll get into in just a minute, is as I found my like what my body needs is as far as workout is concerned. Push-ups are a huge part. Squats, all variations of different kinds of squats and whatnot, are crucial for my body, for anybody's body. And pull-ups, I need to get better at pull-ups. I suck at pull-ups. I need to get better at that. Push-ups are getting better. Sit-ups, I got to start doing some sit-ups and some planks. I think planks is where I'm going to move into. And I do want to do the boxing regiment, but gosh, I'm jaded. Not jaded. I'm afraid. I'm not gonna lie. There's a fear in there, but At some point in time, after 6 months, I might go back. The nerve that's in there, that's all messed up. He was just like, you can't hit it. Don't hit it. If you hit it, you can damage it and paralyze it, and then your whole face won't work. And I'm just like, I can't risk it for something that I'm not competing. I'm just wanting to do the exercise, and I want to be able to defend myself and my family. So I got to find something. Even if it's like Aikido or something like that. Or what's that one you roll around the mat? Jiu-jitsu. Because I'm not necessarily getting punched in the face. I'm rolling around and submissions and stuff like that. So I think I might do that. I live in Hawaii. Hawaii is the fighting state, I believe, of the United States of America. That's just my belief. I can walk out right now, and anywhere I can walk out within I bet you someone's exercising in their garage, right? Everyone has a gym. Everybody boxes here. That's how they deal with things. It's crazy. You know what I mean? It's different. It's extremely different. I remember when I first moved here a year ago, my brother was telling me about that. And I was like, I've not seen that. But when I saw my first fight, I was like, oh, like it's like in San Jose, this is where I come from, San Jose. Again, shout out to IMC Nation. Base camps are the headquarters is in San Jose. Shout out to AZD and Yogi Chris, Sultan, and Fernando. In San Jose, at a club, let's say, the fight breaks out and cops come and they want to stop the fight and they want to arrest people. They're twisting people up, whatnot. Over here, the difference is you'll hear every fight that I've seen. 2 fights. I've seen 3 actually at the club. And the thing that you're hearing this being yelled. You're hearing a bunch of stuff, but depends on who it is. It's let them fight. Let them fight. The cops will come and they'll just watch. They watch until it gets bad. If it's, if someone's head is being crushed in the ground, obviously they're doing something. They're not letting that happen. But if it's just a fist fight, you know what I mean? If it's just a normal fight and they're going to let them go. Everyone's watching. There's like 50, 80 people watching this thing. So anyway, you kind of have to, living here, you're going to have to know something. That's just what it is, man. It's very masculine state. Generally, the underneath of it is masculine, which I love, but we have everything here. We got all kinds of stuff going on here. It's beautiful. And so that's the process. And that's the process is the schedule. Number 1 is to wake up, right? Getting up out of the bed, right? Another part of the process is the cold shower. So after the workout is the cold shower. And I get it as cold as my water will go. I go there as cold as it's going to go. As cold as it's going to go, I take it there. What happens in the cold shower? Breathing. I focus on my breathing, and I focus on the fact that I'm not actually dying. It feels like I'm dying. It feels like my body is going nuts. But it's not. I do it because so I get in there, I breathe. It's okay. Let it happen. I let it happen. I decide to do this. Let it happen. The cold shower for me is also for when I need to do something hard or make a quick decision. When I need to make a quick decision or do something that's challenging, right? If I want to challenge myself, like I have to talk to somebody throughout the day. I have to meet somebody new, talk to somebody new, meet somebody new, whether it's a guy or a girl. Most of the time it's a girl. It could be a guy, you know what I'm saying? But I have to talk to them and feel. And when I'm speaking to them, I'm feeling certain things. I'm slowing things really slow, and I'm beginning to understand where this conversation is going and why it's going in the direction that it's going into. It's very crucial to me that I learn these things because despite what you may think, and a lot of people think, I'm not really good at communication. At least I wasn't. I wasn't really good at speaking either. But speaking is my favorite. Public speaking is my number one thing to do. That's actually how I want to get paid in life, is through public. I don't want to do anything else. Well, I will do other things, but public speaking is my favorite. Speaking in front of 5 people or 500 people or 5,000 people or 500,000 people is my favorite thing. It makes me feel so, it's where I come alive. It's where I come alive. It's it for me. It's like a gladiator. It's like a sport. It's like people that love to go play basketball or tennis or football or rugby or whatever. It's public speaking it's my thing, man. I love it. I love it a lot. And I actually started Trey Show 9, and on the back of speaking about relationships is still about public speaking, because I want to better my process and how I speak and my tonality and everything, and how I slow things down and how I get excited and how I do this and how I do that. I want it to be the best. You dig? So I don't have a choice. I had to start reading. I'm addicted to reading. I am addicted to reading. I can't help it. I buy all the books. I buy everything. One day, I want a library. You know those libraries that have the stairs and you got to go around? It's like a massive room. There's like 20,000 books. That's what I want. I want a room just for books, just for reading. I can't wait. I want all the encyclopedias, Britannicas, and all that stuff. I want it all. That's the first internet. For me, is books, and I want it. I love it. They teach me a lot. You dig? So that's the process. The cold shower is part of that. What else? The one thing that I haven't done as part of the process, I haven't done just yet, is sleeping on the floor. I've done it in the past. I've done it. Actually, I didn't have a bed for years and years and years. I didn't have a bed because when I hurt my back, I couldn't sleep in a bed. And at the time when I hurt my back, originally I hurt my back, I had a water bed. So I had to get rid of the water bed because there's no way. It hurt way too bad. I took the water bed out and just slept in the box with some sleeping bags and whatnot. But now it's time to get back on the floor. I think my biggest, I don't know. It is what it is. And I want to take it through the process. I almost stopped to say, don't say that, but I'm going to say that. I need to do it. I need to get on that shit. You know what I mean? And I'm going to talk to myself right now and say, Mark, you need to get on that shit. Sleep on the floor. Sleeping on the floor is a monk move, right? It is a move that I remember it felt better sleeping on the floor. My body felt better sleeping on the floor because I slept properly. I wasn't able to be comfortable, right? You don't want to be comfortable. You want to sleep properly. Proper sleep. That's what you want. So that's part of the process. That's my process right now. We'll move into another thing is eating. Actually, I think that's the last component. I watch what I eat, and that's getting better every day. To where for breakfast I can have, like I said, I have 2 eggs. At home I have a, what do you call that, shake smoothie thing. I get to work and have 2 eggs, and then I eat lunch. I try to eat lunch. My goal to eat lunch is before like 1 o'clock. Like if I'm eating lunch at 12:30, 1 o'clock, it's too late to eat lunch. I want to eat a light lunch. I don't want to eat heavy. It's usually like if I have pieces of meat, maybe pieces of meat and some fruit, just a few pieces of meat, and maybe even a salad, but not the salad is usually a lot because the salad is usually it's just water and whatnot. I don't see nutrition in salad unless there's like kale or something like that. But even that's man-made. So anyway, eating proper and not too much, just enough. And so I do fast. I don't fast every day, but if I do fast, it's usually up until lunch. I usually fast a breakfast, or I'll eat breakfast and I'll fast lunch, and I'll eat dinner. Okay, I don't usually fast dinner. I usually eat a dinner, but I usually fast breakfast or lunch, and so that's part of it. Fasting is part of it. Sometimes I've gone 30 days actually fasting, and that we're gonna bring that back. Actually, I just decided right now we're gonna bring the fasting for 30 days back. And when I say fasting, it's not we're still eating stuff. It's just not we're not eating tons of stuff. And when I fast red meats. I try not to eat red meats. I only cook red meat on Sundays. So I cook red meat on Sundays, 4 steaks, 2 steaks. So it's probably what 2 Sundays or 3 Sundays that I do that. Chicken is usually done on a Thursday. Pastas, like it's the same thing every ground turkey on Tuesdays. And so it's the same thing I eat every single day, 7 days a week. Yeah. I noticed that on the weekends, I get sloppy on the weekends. I want to tighten that up and get rid of that laziness. I want to be disciplined. I believe every man should be disciplined. That's what we teach in Trey Show 9. Shout out to, once again, IMC Nation. This is brought to you by IMC Nation. AZD is the founder, and you have Yogi Chris, who is the captain, and you have all the soldiers within IMC Nation worldwide. It's one of the best things that ever happened to me. So I'm always going to give my props to that organization because it just changed my life. I think when a lot of people see IMC Nation, they think it's a joke. It's like, these guys are just out there to get women. And it's like, well, and I don't understand why that's a problem. Like, why is that a problem? I mean, all my friends are like, a lot of my friends are married and stuff and have sex. Like, so I don't understand. It's so funny. People are funny, man. People are funny. So anyway, that is the process. That is the Trey Show 9 process. That is the IMC Nation process, actually. And I'm just here. I'm just a squirrel trying to get it, a piece of that. And I'm I'm doing the process and building my discipline. Like I said, it's the discipline. We want to be disciplined. And so studying is huge, right? Studying is in there. That's a part of the process. You can wrap it up in a warrior monk. I consider myself a warrior monk. You know, I don't wear all the orange and stuff like that. But the monk in the sense of I don't need much. I don't need much. I'm constantly in my study. I'm constantly reading. I'm praying all the time. I should never cease. What does the Bible say? You should never cease praying. I don't understand this. Well, it's called your prayer time. I wake up at 4:00 and I do my prayer time at 4:00. Yeah, that's good. That's good. So do I. I don't wake up at 4:00 actually, to pray. I wake up at either 5, 6, or 7. It's 7 is going to be like on a weekend. 5 and 6 is on the weekday, Monday through Friday. I do the same thing. I pray, but I'm always praying. The car is my favorite place to pray because nobody else is in there and nobody can hear me. I'm shouting and whatnot, crying and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I'm acting a fool in the car because nobody can see me, nobody can hear me, and nobody paying attention to me. You know what I'm saying? So I do that, and this is the process. This is the way of the master. This is the way of the superior man. Being able to serve your community. And that's why I call myself a samurai. Samurai is nothing more than a servant. That's all he is. I want to be a servant. I want to be that guy who's serving. When fights break out, I'm not ever in a fight. I mean, I might be in one, but when I'm not in a fight, I'm helping people, right? Maybe somebody, needs you. What do you need? Some water? What you need? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm selling popcorn, whatever, you dig? I'm out there helping somebody. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I gotta like protect somebody. It's usually like a girl or something like that, I gotta protect them because they're just you know out there acting stupid and stuff, and there's got to be some sort of protection if they want it, if they need it. One girl actually hit me because she didn't know. She thought she was in the fight too, and I actually tried to help her, and she punched me, and I'm like, okay. Um, that's the process, ladies and gentlemen. That's what it's all about. And that right there has to do with everything about my relationship. My wife's like, why are you grumpy? Why are you this? Why are you that? And it's like, okay, well, did I do this? Did I do that? No, I didn't even do that. Meditation is part of that. Communion with nature, being in communion with nature, having my private time, my quiet time, my meditation. These things are a must. These things I have to do on the daily. I have to do it. And I think this is one of the greatest places. There's the botanical gardens just down the street. There's a heritage cultural center that's a little bit further. I got to drive to that, but it's beautiful. It has those Asian like I don't know what they're called, but they're just like stilts and a roof, right? But it's all open. You can slide the door open and everything. I love that. It's the greatest thing in the world. With the pond and the koi fish are going in, there's a little tiny bridge that looks like you can't walk on it because it looks super tiny, but I walked on it anyway. I love that shit. It helps me get closer to God. And I love that. It helps me to be a better father and a better husband. And I value these things highly, highly value these things. This is who I am, and I'm proud of it. And I think a lot of people are afraid. They want to be, they want to be like superstars and celebrities and whatnot, man. It's like, dude, no, I don't want to be like anybody. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't want to be. If I see one, nah. If you're popular and you're over here for fame and whatnot, I'm like, nah. I just went through a purge. It's funny because my social medias, I follow my mom. I follow my mom and who else? And if you're a female in my family, I follow you barely. But I don't even want to follow women because I begin to notice certain things about women on social media. And I'm like, you know what? I don't know if that's not encouraging at all. Not to me, at least. I don't know who is encouraging it. And I don't really agree with it. So I'm like, nah, I'm good. And half the time they're feminists. So I really don't want to follow them because that's just poison. I think it was when I made a comment on something. It was a total joke. And it was like this girl and this other gay guy, like they jumped on and just they try to rip me a new one or something. Like they just, that's why he has a little dick. And that's why this is, I'm just like, what the heck? I didn't even, what I said, I don't even remember what I said. Shoot. It was just like, it wasn't even like a dig. It wasn't even mean. Apparently it was. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to follow. This is ridiculous. These people are ridiculous. You know what I mean? Women are passionate and they're nice and they're loving and this and that. It's like, wait, whoa. I'm still looking for that one. And gay people are happy and this and that. I was like, every gay person I know is mean. All of them, 100% of them. They're nasty and mean. I'm like, what? What did we do to you? What did we do to you? What happened? Jesus. Anyway, now I'm just rambling. But that's the process. Stay on that process, Mark. This is just a message to me, from me, for me. If you get some value out of this, that is awesome. If you don't, that is awesome too. I'm only responsible for myself and what I say, and you are only responsible for you. You are an adult. Act like it. Men, stop chasing women. It's over. The game is over. Stop chasing women. Now, you can attract women, but you need to stop chasing them like you're in need of something that they have, because anything that they have, you do not need it. You are efficient and sufficient by yourself, and be the best and fuck the rest. Peace. Stray Show 9, I'm out. The ninth orator is leaving the building.